Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
It is indeed Friday morning. It's a beautiful morning. Little warmer than I know I'm a fan of, but I'll still take it over any of the other stuff that normally comes when Evan's hosting the show. Morning, Evan.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm the dampening effect on any good weather whenever I host, except for this morning.
Yeah. So
But now you're not happy with the heat. Come on, Paul.
I don't like heat.
Summer hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, I know. Heat and I just don't get along.
Well, it feels great out there right now. So
Yes,
why
it
don't you
does.
spend a few minutes out, and then the rest of the day you can be in.
I'll do just that.
Okay. Maybe you can drum up some business on the sidewalk, walk up and down 8th Street a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Hey, splash pad's opening up. That's a good way to cool down.
Yes, it is.
That
I'm
might
looking
keep
forward
you
to
cool,
that.
although I don't know if you or I should be
Probably not. But our kids can
cavorting
go.
around in the water.
We can send the kids and then they can come over and hug us and cool us down.
That's a great idea. I love
there
that.
we go.
And kids love splashing their parents anyway.
Yes.
And
So
whether you
it's
want
perfect.
it or not.
Yeah.
So Memorial Day weekend is the target. That's coming right up. What is that, next weekend?
Yeah, I know. It's already here. It's crazy to think. I
So-
don't know where the month of May is gone.
Big project. We're really excited about that in our community. Broad support for that project. A lot of donors. Wendy's Aunt Andy Lee did an excellent job
Yes, they did.
bringing that to life. So we're excited about a new fun thing for families here in Fulton County. On another note, our big Twitter sale's on hold.
Ooh.
While they determine how many users are real or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard something about that.
That might affect how much someone might want to pay for it.
Yeah, Musk says you got to prove everybody's real, or the majority of them are real before I'll give you that money.
Wonder how many of my followers are fake.
I think the majority of mine probably are.
2 of my 4 are fake. So that's unfortunate, kind of a blow to the old ego, you know what I mean? Okay, trivia question this morning. We got a real dandy here. Which of these 4 legendary golfers have never won a PGA championship? So you'll probably know this one outright, but
Yeah.
golf being your favorite sport.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you 4 choices. Phil Mickelson, but she's been in the news for not golf-related things.
Yes.
Well, both really. Jack Nicklaus, Golden Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew that nickname or not. You can take that with you today. Tiger Woods, or Arnold Palmer.
Okay.
I struggle saying the name Arnold. It just doesn't roll off the tongue for me. But I do like that drink.
It is a good drink.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to invite Tanner over here to bring us up to speed on some local sports.
Give me some hints there, Tanner.
No hints. No hints. I'm going to be very careful. No hints this morning. But yes, local sports. We're in that fun time of year where spring sports are starting to wind down. I know the tennis sectionals have been going on this week. Other sports, their sectionals will be coming up. I think golf's usually last. Theirs is usually the week of graduation. For most schools, is usually when the golf sectionals happen. But
Yeah.
definitely winding down.
Yes.
Conference championships have been played. I think every sport's already got their conference championship wins. So let's just knock on wood and hope for good weather going forward. So there's no postponements or cancellations or makeup dates going forward.
Yeah, because not just the student athletes, but the parents are kind of excited
Sure.
for these things to come to a good conclusion, but end on time.
Right.
Yes.
Right. The spring season's, I don't want to say it's chaotic compared to the fall and winter sports season, but it's more chaotic. I don't know how else to describe it because you usually get the unpredictable weather more so in
Yes.
the spring.
Yeah.
And,
There's a lot of activities, graduation things,
Yep.
wrapping up school.
school, yep. So just a lot of things going on. So, but good luck to all the athletes participating in sectionals and wrapping up their seasons coming forward here soon. Some other local sports news. I see Tippecanoe Valley boys basketball has a new head coach, Joe Luce,
Yes.
who's coached all over the state. Most recently at Jeffersonville. He's also had a stop at Marion and a few other schools. And
Had a lot of success.
had a lot of success, it looks like. of course, his son is known among some Big Ten basketball fans as Tommy Luce, former walk-on at Purdue, on Purdue's basketball team, and he's currently a graduate assistant on their staff. So kind of cool, little cool connection there, and good luck to Joe going forward. It seems like
welcome,
he's
Joe.
Gonna be a good fit there at Purdue Valley High School.
Welcome to the community.
Baseball update, Paul. Your Guardians fell under 500 with a 16-19 record.
Mm-hmm.
But as I no comments.
No comment.
As I was telling Evan, really none of the local teams are doing very well right now.
No.
The Cardinals have the best, if you want to call them local, have the best record at 20-18. Cubs 15-22. Reds 11-26. Tigers 13-25. And the White Sox at 19-19. So,
Yeah, I thought the Tigers were going to be outstanding.
I did too. I thought they were going to be a surprise team in the Central this year, and they're in dead last. So there we go. But
At least we're on top of somebody.
yeah,
And I'd say the great thing about the baseball season, it's so long. You
Lot
can
of
take a
games
nap
left.
in between and then see where everyone's at in August.
exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people say the real season doesn't start till June. Well, we're almost to June, so
I know.
here we go.
We just can't afford another loss like we got from the Reds.
Yeah.
Of all the teams to
Yeah,
lose
exactly.
Sorry.
to.
They're talking about the Reds team that over the weekend threw a no-hitter and lost.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to do.
And then Cleveland loses to them.
And actually, the Cubs have won a few series in a row
They
now.
have. They have.
So look out.
And the Yankees finally dropped the double-digit losses in the loss column yesterday. Now they're 28-10. They lost to the Orioles, which is kind of similar, like losing to the Reds.
They're
lost
just
to
taking
the
a little
Orioles.
break.
Yep.
Mental break.
Yep. They had Anthony Rizzo got ejected yesterday from the game, and that was just a mess.
He's a bad seed poison pill for a team. A real horrible team player.
So it's yeah. That happens once in a while when you play your division rivals so many times. They're bound to get you once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
NBA playoffs are still going on. Eastern Conference Finals Game 2 happened last night. Boston went into Miami and got just easily convincing win. Didn't see that coming.
Well, no, especially after the first game.
Yeah, I figured that Miami grabbed the first one. Okay, they're going to go up 2-0. No, Boston came out and jumped on them from the start, and Miami could not recover. So the series is tied at 1 game apiece now.
When you think about Boston's season, it's a really unique
Yes.
season. They've really come around when needed
Yeah.
at crunch time.
Early February, I remember people wondering if they'd even make the playoffs,
Yeah.
and here they are, about to maybe make the finals. So
Yeah.
on the Western Conference side, Game 2 will be tonight. Golden State took Game 1 over Dallas. That could be a quick series.
Yeah, I think it really will be.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a good series, but when Golden State's clicking, they're tough to beat.
Yeah. They only can beat themselves, I think.
Really, yeah, and then as long as they stay healthy, that's really been their bugaboo the last few years. So, but we'll have more to talk about the NBA coming up next week, and of course the NBA draft lottery happened earlier this week. Indiana Pacer fans have the highest pick since 1989, but I think we were all hoping for a top 5 pick. Of course, they get number 6.
Yeah, they dropped back a little bit from where they finished. I just knew it was going to
Well,
happen.
you knew it. You knew it was too good to be true to get a top 5 or a top 3 pick. But hopefully they can get a good player next month at pick number 6. So a lot of good names available.
Didn't the Magic get the first pick?
They did. They
They've
got
had
the
that
first
like
pick.
4 times
I
or
know.
something. Ugh.
They have had it second most time since they entered the league. I think Cleveland's had it. The only team that's had it more. Cleveland, of course. And a quick PGA Chip update. Rory McIlroy is leading the field after yesterday. He's the lone guy at the top, shooting 5 under par. It's kind of the key to Rory's. Rory has not won a major since 2014, the PGA Championship. It's usually his first rounds do him in, and then he gets hot. Well, he had a good first round yesterday, so.
What's your prediction, Tanner?
No, Rory was one of those guys that I had in my picks, so I'm going to go with Rory.
Yeah, he just disappeared off the scene for so long.
He did.
My kids are always rooting for him.
He's a good guy.
They've been disappointed for years now.
So hopefully maybe it's his time again. And there was a funny picture of him holding up his son going through the media center yesterday, and a picture of him in 2014 with his PGA Championship. And he was overheard talking to his son. That's when Dad was good. Which he's still a very good golfer. Don't get me wrong. He hasn't won a major in a while. So.
Well, this would be good timing.
And Tiger Woods, I know that's the guy most people care about when following golf tournaments. It looked like his leg was bothering him yesterday. Shot 4 over par. He's tied for 99th currently. We'll see if he can turn around today and make the cut. But I know earlier this week he was saying he was feeling stronger, but his limp looked pretty noticeable yesterday.
I mean, think how good that actually is for having
Oh, I know.
a horrible leg. Was your leg bothering you in league last night, Tanner?
No, I have no injury excuse. It just didn't come to fruition. Yeah.
That's amazing what he's doing.
Shoulder cramp.
He's the one athlete I don't doubt anymore.
I know.
I mean, if
Guess we'll just believe in
if
it.
somebody can do something with everybody saying they can, it's Tiger Woods.
He loves proving people wrong.
Oh, he does.
The motivation he conjures up in himself is pretty legendary.
The depths.
It's Michael Jordan-esque.
You're right. I mean, he reaches down somewhere inside and finds something, and he does things nobody else can do.
I'm not sure I have that, but
No.
I'll keep looking.
I can guarantee you I don't have that, but I like the viewpoint there. We'll keep looking. Got some tidbits here this morning, Paul. On this day in 1873, Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis patented the first blue jeans with copper rivets.
That took off.
Yeah, that was pretty good. On this day in 1932, Amelia Earhart left Newfoundland on her journey to become the first woman to fly solo and nonstop across the Atlantic Ocean.
Think of the bravery that might have taken.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember learning about that. I didn't really understand the
And
situation.
then you grew up and you're like, I get it now.
Yeah. Wow.
she was a true pioneer, that's for
Yeah.
sure, for the aviation field. On this day in 1972, the Indiana Pacers beat the New York Nets, as they were known at the time, 4-2 to win the 5th ABA championship. Pacers had some good ABA success.
We keep talking that. That's what you need to talk about.
Just throw back about 40 years, the good old days. On this day in 1993, the 274th and final episode of Cheers aired on NBC.
Oh wow.
Cheers, fan?
93?
Yeah.
Holy
Man.
cow. That's making me feel really old.
Yeah.
Cheers, fan, Paul?
Yes.
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 All right. Can you know the theme song then?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Not gonna sing it for you though.
I thought I could coax him into doing that.
Yeah.
He was thinking about it.
On this day in 2015, David Letterman hosted The Late Show with David Letterman for the last time, ending his 33 years in late night television.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
33 years.
33 years.
That's incredible.
Think of how many guests he had on in
Oh, yeah.
33 years.
Oh yeah.
All the segments, the top 10 countdowns.
Well, and in the strange world of media, to stay
Yeah.
relevant that long
That's true.
is impressive.
It's true, and he still pops up on TV a few times every year, and every time
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, his beard has gotten longer.
So unrecognizable.
Who is this man?
And we have a huge list of days today. This might be the longest list of days I've ever rattled through, so I'm going to fly through these. World Bee Day, National Bike to Work Day, which I have a fun post going out later on the First Federal social media about National Bike to Work Day, so a little throwback post, so keep your eye out for that. World Meditation Day, National Pick Strawberries Day, International Clinical Trials Day, Weights and Measures Day, National Be a Millionaire Day, International Virtual Assistance Day, National Pizza Party Day, and National Endangered Species Day.
Okay.
A lot of days.
Wow. People love May, apparently.
I guess.
Optimistic
May
time of year.
20th, May 20th. Something
You'd have to
about
go
that day.
a little bit south for National Pick Strawberries Day.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Not
Yeah,
sure
right
that's
now
possible.
you would. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tanner.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
A couple local events coming up. Optimist Club's holding a pancake and sausage breakfast on Monday, May 30th at the 4-H Fairgrounds. Tickets are $8 for adults and $3.50 for kids 12 and under. That's a deal right there.
It is.
My kids can eat more pancakes and sausage than I can.
Yeah, I
So
know.
that's a sweet deal there. All proceeds are going to go to the Amber Dyson Scholarship Fund. So a great opportunity there. Also, the Rochester Public Library is announcing their 2022 summer reading program. Sign up is June 6th through the 11th, and it'll run from June 13th through July 23rd. And the library is hosting a big summer library program block party on June 6th from 4 to 6 outside at the Arboretum. So that should be fun. You can enjoy some food, games, and prizes.
And I've been told there's a magician that will be present.
Ooh,
So,
that's exciting.
Yeah, and of course Tim Rose says that I'll be present too, signing autographs.
That's a lot of
News to
pressure.
me.
We'll see if anybody wants your autograph, Paul.
Probably not. Just people who want to collect things for me.
Okay, we had the big lead in and tease to the money news this morning.
Yes.
We're telling you about the S&P this morning. We're switching it up a little bit.
Okay.
It closed at 3,900 yesterday, down 109 points for the week, 2.7% down. And it's down 18% for the year at this point.
Mm.
I read something recently, when inflation's high, money leaves the stock market first.
Yes.
So I think that's what we've seen so far this year. Seems to be the extra money kind of being pulled out of the stock market a little bit, and that's what causes the values to go down.
Yeah, I heard something yesterday with the Dow Jones losing 1,100 points on Wednesday, that there was a lot of selling because a lot of retailers were talking about how bad inflation is actually hitting them. So
Well,
definitely goes hand in hand.
That's your another good lead in for me, because Walmart and Target were part of that.
Yes.
They gave their earnings out, I think maybe at the end of the day, Tuesday or after it closed, and so the worst day on the stock market in 35 years happened. That's what you're referring to.
Wow.
Because those two huge behemoth retailers, the biggest one and maybe the second biggest one, had big hits to their profit margins
Yeah.
due to inflation. So, right on the money, Paul. Now, Home Depot and Lowe's also reported earnings, and they fared a lot better because everybody's thinking about home improvements because you can't find a house to buy right now.
Exactly.
So they've still had a lot of good, driven by contractors buying things and people wanting to fix up their houses. So kind of interesting. The Dow's headed for its 8th negative week in a row.
Mm.
Let's move on. It's not very fun
Yes.
to talk about, is it?
No.
But things that go up have to come down eventually, and then
Yeah.
later on they go back up. So nothing to really panic about.
Just keep riding
Just
it out.
ride it out. That's good. I like that. Okay, we'd love to see you at First Federal Savings Bank today. We're open until 5 o'clock, and tomorrow from 8:30 to noon. We have Simply Free checking accounts and Simply Free business checking accounts. You won't find those anywhere else.
No.
And right now, when you open a new checking account, you get a free gift. Our waffle maker, which we displayed previously,
Yep.
it's been selling hot.
Oh yeah.
It's
can
not a
only
pun.
imagine.
It's
No.
been really popular. So, come check that out. $50 initial deposit, and we can help you out with that.
Yeah.
Also, if you refer a friend, you can get one.
Yeah. I keep trying to refer people
It's-
every Friday morning.
yeah.
Go open an account and find my
The general referrals not paying off for you.
Yes, exactly.
Well, you'll get one of these days, Paul. I'm rooting
Yes,
for
I
you.
will.
Well, we have a great guest this morning. I'd like to reintroduce and welcome back to the show Mary Kay, our Executive Director of the Compassionate Health Center here in Fulton County.
Good morning, Evan.
Good morning.
Thanks for asking me.
Yes, we're so thrilled that you're back joining us again.
It's been a little while.
It has, yeah. We're reintroducing you to the studio redesign that they have. All these
Beautiful.
vinyl records on the ceiling. I find myself kind of gazing around while the show's going on.
Right. I see a couple I recognize.
Hey, that's great. That's a lot of fun. Well, we're so thrilled to have you. Now, remind us how long you've been director of the Compassionate Health Center.
Well, I retired and thought I was just gonna scoot into Rochester under the radar and just love life at the lake.
And we
But,
called you. We asked
a
you
couple
to
years later,
do something else.
2013.
Oh my goodness.
2013, and here I still am. So
So does that mean this is the 10th year? Or is this
No.
next year?
yeah,
Okay.
next year
Next year will be your 10th. That's an incredible run.
for an old gal. I
So,
always say it's a great gig for an old gal.
well, you were very knowledgeable in this area, so what a bonus for Fulton County when you decided to move into town.
45 years in healthcare, I felt like this was a great way to give back. Love the community, love what we do for the community, so it's been great.
So thinking about 10 years give us kind of your impression or your thoughts on things that have changed in that time and things that have stayed the same too.
Well, I think one of the biggest things when I started, we just did medical. And that alone was great. To provide free medical for those who were not insured was just an amazing thing. But there was so much more need. And one of the first things we started doing was dental. We've obtained a grant every year since then.
Wow.
And this year we have $13,000. Not a lot when it comes to dental, but the local dentists are so good to us. They do the procedures for us at a discounted rate.
Oh, that's great.
And so they start with us. You can't just walk in the dentist and say, hey, Compassionate Health Center is going to pay for my dental. We get calls every day about dental.
Wow.
There's so much need in dental. And so that was our first outside of medical.
Okay.
And then, because that was so successful, we now network with Family Eye Care, and they do vision checks for us. Actually, the first year that they helped us, we had 2 patients who were legally blind and still driving for the family.
Oh my
A little
goodness.
scary there. And they were able to get them down to Indy, get them some cataract surgery. Just an amazing partnership with Family Eye Care. And then we continued our relationship with Fort County, and they send us one of their students. We have a doctoral student from Notre Dame every year that does in-house mental health counseling. And we all would agree mental health is just a huge issue right now.
Yeah.
The pandemic has really brought out a lot of mental health issues. So we just said goodbye to Alejandro. He was our student for the last 2 years. And being Hispanic, that was even better for us. We were able to offer the mental health counseling in Spanish for a lot of our Spanish-speaking people. So that was amazing.
What a fantastic opportunity.
It is, it is. We still continue to give meds out to our patients, and we're so grateful for companies that, you see on TV. If you can't afford your meds, this company might be able to help. And a number of companies are extremely generous with regard to medications. People don't understand the cost of medicine if you're not insured. You walk in, your insurance pays so much, but if you're just paying cash, medicine is unbelievably expensive.
I bet you're right. We'd all have some sticker shock because I really have no idea what a true retail price
Right.
might be on those.
Few of us do, and you walk in and you have nothing but just cash. It's pretty devastating, to the extent that a lot of people just don't take their medicine. That's one of the common things we hear when people come to us, and it's been a while. Even diabetics might say, well, I've been without my insulin for a couple months now. It's pretty scary.
Yeah.
So one of the exciting things we did this year was through a grant, we were able to get some funding from the commissioners to the ARP funds
Oh, great.
to fund our project to give our diabetics the Abbott Libre system. So that's the small sensor they wear on the back of their arm.
I've seen that.
It is a continuous glucose monitoring system, and so diabetics now are learning so much about their disease, and Jamie's able to see as the provider exactly, what is affecting their diabetes. Is it truly what they're eating? Is it their level of exercise? What is it that's really affecting it? And she can see through reports like what their blood sugar is at 2 a.m. Well, who's going to get up and go get a blood sugar
That's
test
right.
at the
We
hospital?
never would have known this
We would
before.
never know. So
Wow.
now with this continuous glucose monitoring, she can see all of that, and the patient can. And one of our patients told me this week that they wear them for 2 weeks, and his was just about at the end, and so he was going to come in and get another one. So he said he unfortunately would go by and pick up that jelly bean or that that little piece of candy, and he said because he didn't get that warning, that immediate warning. There's about a 20-minute lag time from
Okay.
ingesting to it registering on that. But they just use their phone and monitor continuously all during the day.
It's
So
neat technology.
and even with our discounted price, it still costs us about $700 a year to give one of our diabetics that system. But we're so excited about that. So that's our 2022, sorry.
That's like 5 or 6 different avenues of
Amazing.
support here
Amazing.
in the community, and that's just incredible thinking about where this all started. years
Started
ago.
with just providing health care to one person who needed a surgery and couldn't afford it.
Wow. Now you mentioned Jamie. Tell us who that is.
Jamie Parker is our provider. She's a nurse practitioner, Akron gal, just a fabulous provider. A lot of our patients, when they become insured, they say, but I want to stay with you. So we know that. And we would say every day we give better care than anywhere in the county. But a year ago, we were given a quality award through our Free Clinic Association, and we also were picked as Real Services Agency of the Year. So
Wow.
we give free care, but we give really good free care.
Yeah.
So
The proof is right there.
the proof is there.
That's exciting. Hey, we're speaking with Mary Kay, Executive Director of Compassionate Health Care Center here in Fulton County, about their programs and what they have to offer. Tell us about the scenario of when someone should consider coming to see you guys.
Well, I think one of the statistics that I've read recently is pretty scary. According to IndianaIndicators.org, over 1/3 of Hoosiers last year did not see a physician in the entire year. 1/3 of the whole state.
Wow.
And I think that's driven somewhat by the fear of the pandemic still.
I
You
agree
know,
with that.
avoid the hospital, don't go there, you know. And I think that that's going to be hard to overcome, to gain back that trust. Wear a mask, not wear a mask, you know, how's it spread? Just so many things about the pandemic that we'll never know.
Yeah.
And so what we see is so many people go without health care because they cannot afford to be insured. And you know, you would say, well, everyone should be insured. That's true, there is insurance available, it's whether or not it's affordable.
I see.
And we see more at that higher end. We see patients up to 250% of the federal poverty guideline.
Okay.
Actually, we just bumped that to 300. And so that person is working, probably 2 people in the household working. But when you start paying these high gas prices, you know, the
Right.
utilities, just rent here in Fulton County has gone up so much. They have to decide what they can afford, and often it's that healthcare insurance premium.
Family budgeting, and the money flows to what's immediately needed.
Absolutely. Do you feed your children, or do you have health insurance? Well, I'm really healthy,
Right.
I'll let that go.
Yep.
And then they're not healthy and they don't know what to do. Often they come to us in such critical health needs that it's really frightening to see that.
So to sum that up, Mary, would you say that from when you started working with Compassionate Health Center to now, the demand has increased or decreased?
We're actually now seeing fewer patients, and that's really been an effort on the hospital's part to get all those people who are able to be qualified for Medicaid, to get them on Medicaid.
Oh, that's good.
And
It
that's a
takes some
good-
effort, yeah.
Absolutely, that's
Yeah.
a good thing. So we're seeing more of those people who are out looking for insurance in the marketplace and find they can't afford it. So we're seeing a little bit higher in the federal poverty guideline.
Those are working age folks.
They're the working poor.
That's right.
And you know, we hate to call them that, but that's true. They're doing everything they can to work, but they're just still not able to.
Not enough left over.
There's just not enough. The recent poverty simulation was an eye-opener for a lot of us. You know, we tend to think of how our world works, and when we had to divvy out all that money every week, my group, we didn't eat the first week because
Oh,
we forgot
gosh.
to go get groceries, so that was kind of important. But that was a great effort on part of the community foundation that put together that Bridges Out of Poverty, and the poverty simulation opened a lot of our eyes.
That's great to hear. Now, you've got a fundraising event coming up. Let's mention that real quick.
That is our golf outing. We knock on the doors of local businesses just one time a year, because you
Okay.
all get knocked up all the time for give us money. So once a year we do go out and ask for support for our golf outing. That's here at Mill Creek on Friday, June 24th. We still have a few openings for teams, and we still need whole sponsors. And thank you to First Federal, you're a silver
welcome.
sponsor this year. That's great. And that is how we exist. We get no federal funding. We exist on fundraisers and grants and donations.
We can hear what a great need and opportunity this is in Fulton County to have a compassionate health center. We appreciate your
Amazing.
many years of experience being put to work there and benefiting all of our residents that need these services. And hopefully we can get those last few teams and whole sponsors
Absolutely.
taken up. If you would consider donating to that, you've heard what a great cause this is, and we're going to try to get Tanner out on the course and help improve his game for golf league if we can, but we'll see. Paul, you You get radio station gonna have a team?
Not if I'm on it.
You need some subs.
Yeah. So we'll have the whole team go, and then we need as many subs as possible to
I like
replace
that.
the whole team.
That's great. Well, Mary, thank you so much, and we just appreciate all your efforts here in our community the last 9 years.
It's a real honor to be able to run such a great place. I really enjoy what I do. If people don't have insurance, they just need to come and see us. You know, don't worry about how much you make. Come and see us. You'd be amazed at what we can do. So.
That's an awesome invitation right there. Okay, let's move to our trivia question. Which of these legendary golfers never won a PGA championship? Phil Mickelson, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, or Arnold Palmer?
I'm gonna go Phil because I have no clue.
It's actually Arnold Palmer. This was the one major he didn't get,
Okay.
as successful as he was.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, Paul, you're on a bit of a streak.
I'm following Cleveland's.
You rise and fall with the Guardians.
Yes. Cleveland
Nice.
does well, I'll do well.
All right, well, let's end our show this morning. It's been a great show.
Yes, it has.
Thanks for doing this with us. Our words of wisdom this morning from Isaac Newton, our English mathematician. We build too many walls and not enough bridges.
Those are great words of wisdom. All right, thank you, Evan. We'll see you guys again next week.
Thanks a lot.